What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Off the Top Rope, Off the Mic Sports Network. So a big moment on Tuesday. The John Cena retirement tour, which has been a disaster, by the way, really has been a disaster. He had a good run of matches, and then we got this Brock Lesnar match that listen, we'll see what it leads to. And if John Cena gets his win back, or what if Brock squashing him ends up paying off. There's rumors that potentially Braun Breaker could happen at WrestleMania 42, which actually makes some sense. But everybody was wondering what the direction of John Cena was going to be going into Crown Jewel in Perth. And he started lobbying publicly on his social media that, hey, I want to face AJ Styles. The fans want me to face AJ Styles. I want to face AJ Styles. AJ Styles says, I agree, let's do it. And Triple H, right on command, announces that at Crown Jewel in Perth in a couple of weeks, early Saturday morning for people on the West Coast, 5 a.m. local on ESPN or ESPN Unlimited, and then 8 a.m. Eastern. So it's going to be really an early morning for a lot of people watching Crown Jewel out in Perth, Australia, Western Australia. Very early rise. But it's going to be John Cena and AJ Styles one final time. Hell yeah. I ain't complaining about that. This match should have been one of the first things that they did. This should have been one of the first things that they did. This is maybe like Edge is up there. Randy Orton, it was kind of mixed in turn, like obviously the parallels there, but AJ Styles always seemed like the perfect dance partner for John Cena. Their match at SummerSlam was unbelievable. Their match at Money in the Bank, which had some interference to it, was unbelievable. And then the match that they had at the 2017 Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship, where John Cena won his 16th championship. They did not leave the ring. Think about how hard it is to do a wrestling match without leaving the ring for 30 minutes. And those two guys did it, executed an unbelievable match, and we got an unbelievable payoff in moment with John Cena winning the World Championship. We won't talk about what happened to John Cena in the WWE Championship after that, because that's a separate issue. But John Cena and AJ Styles needed to happen. But if you're going to be one of these smart alecky dumbasses on the internet who wants to tell me that this was always the plan, you're full of shit. This was not the plan. Because why in the fuck at Clash in Paris did John Cena do the Styles Clash? Anybody? Anybody want to tell me that? Why? This match was not happening. The fans made this happen, and Triple H is chronically online, and he realized he has fucked this retirement tour to the nth degree. And also, explain to me this. Why, 3 weeks after getting his ass kicked and coming out with about 50 kids in Indianapolis on the debut thing on ESPN, why is John Cena immediately going to fight AJ Styles 3 weeks after getting his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar? Why? This was not the plan. This was not the plan. Whether it was to face Brock Lesnar in a rematch in Perth, whether that was it. If you're one of these idiots who actually believes that Triple H had this planned, you clearly do not know what is going on here. TKO and WWE have had no vision, no plan, no foresight whatsoever. None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. They have had no plan whatsoever. They were like, hey, let's turn him heel. Let's do the most basic, fundamentally dumbed down heel shtick that we could possibly do. Not something that was 20 years in the making. Have him face his greatest hits, his greatest rivals of all the people that we have. Let's have him drop the title back to Cody and have him turn babyface. And they jumped the gun on that. I'm not even sure that the Rock involvement did anything. John Cena's dad seems to think so. But AJ Styles was not in the plan for this. They were going to have him face Logan Paul. Sami Zayn probably came into the forefront. Maybe that was something that was planned, because that actually seemed kind of neat considering Sami Zayn's, history with John Cena. His first real match was in a U.S. Open Challenge, so that was a neat little parallel. And he faced one of his great rivals in Brock Lesnar. Whether Brock Lesnar needed to be back to do that, you can debate that. I don't see any value really in having him back. Now, if they're going to use Brock Lesnar to potentially elevate other people, then maybe the whole thing with John Cena is going to make some sense. The problem is There's still some legal shit going on with Brock that needs to be fleshed out. Nobody's talked about that. Nobody's really said anything. We've just sort of moved on. And, John Cena and Brock Lesnar just sort of had a match. Brock hit like 7 F5s and it was over. And nobody gave a shit after that. Like, if it leads to what I think it's leading to, then it feels semi-palatable. The problem is they wasted 6-7 months of his retirement run on the most basic, like the most creative stuff that they did was rehash stuff and callbacks to old shit. CM Punk, the pipe bomb. They did the basic Punkonomics. That stuff was entertaining. Everything else was like, it was John Cena just being the most ordinary heel that you could possibly be. And now here we are. He's got, 5 appearances left? And people started begging, hey, we need AJ Styles. And then only when John Cena finally starts, because John Cena is such a company guy that he's not going to dictate his own destiny. He does not give a shit. So only when he voiced his displeasure, basically, with this, did Triple H actually do something. Like, if you're delusional enough to think that this was always going to happen, you're a moron. Have you not watched the first 8-9 months of this retirement run? They've literally done the greatest hits. AJ Styles, with the way that he has been presented on television, he's running around with the Americanos, and he's been running after Dom. The fuck does he have to do with John Cena? So they literally just made an announcement on Twitter. This was never planned, guys. This was never planned. This was never thought out. The fans did this. So credit to the fans for making this happen. But TKO has royally fucked this retirement tour. And I'm curious to know what is going through the mind of John Cena right now. And if he is really pissed off that he put his faith in TKO and Triple H to get him to the end of his historic and greatest of all time run. And yet here we are on the cusp of October. And really, the best of this retirement run really has happened in the last month and a half. It's really happened from SummerSlam all the way to now. The Brock Lesnar match you can kind of leave out because it was just kind of just like, an exhibition, really. It wasn't even really a match. But you guys can't honestly believe that was actually planned. Seriously? You're idiots. Y'all are idiots if you actually think that that's the case. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it's just like, it's amazing what people will go to defend their favorite wrestling company and say, oh man, look, just let it play out. Guys, I knew when, and John Cena even said it on the post show for Clash in Paris. If you go back and watch that, he basically was acknowledging, yeah, it's some of these, I'm not going to have a lot of time left. They made this happen because John Cena clearly wanted it and the fans wanted it. And Triple H is a mark to listen to his fans. That's one of his good things. I don't know why he doesn't do it more often, because this year has been a fucking train wreck, specifically with this Cena, this Cena heel run or the Cena, retirement run. So anyway, we'll see what happens, man. I have no idea what the direction of this is, what they're going to do after it. Beats me, man. It beats me. Like I got no fucking clue. No fucking clue. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching here. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.